Hi, my name is Sam Johnson and I am a voice teacher. Today I will be reacting to and analyzing Melomance performing You. You! Remember to practice your piano, kids. It pays off eventually. It is one of the biggest regrets of my life, not practicing my piano as much.
어떻게나 해야 해 네가 떠난다고 말하면 나 혼자 남겨지는 게 더 두려울 텐데.
I like how little he's moving his mouth. He is kind of sticking his lips out a little bit, which lengthens your vocal tract, which makes everything sound just a little bit deeper. If you think of your vocal tract, which is as a tube that goes from your larynx or your voice box to your lips, if we are to extend that tube, if we elongate it by sticking out the lips or lowering the larynx, then you can sing the same note and it just sounds a little bit darker. So I'm exaggerating that this time. And then opening the mouth and letting the larynx come up shortens the vocal tract, which makes everything sound just a little bit brighter. If you lengthen the vocal tract, it lowers the value of all formants, and if you shorten the vocal tract, it raises the value of all formants. And he's using it just to get a little bit of that warmer color.
이유를 말해준다면 조금 편할 것 같아. 아주 작은 손짓조차도 내겐 소중한.
Beautiful job having a little bit of chord closure, compression, whatever you want to talk it on that top note. It's an E flat, which is right on the bridge for most guys. So the way that he approached that made me feel very good about how he's going to sing the rest of the song.
너를 잊을 수 없는 슬픈 기억 속으로 보내 잠 못 이루겠지.
I like how percussive he was with those jamba ding. There were just a little bit of like bop 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 and holding out certain consonants.
비가 오는 거리에 혼자 버려진 채로.
It's a little closer to falsetto, but as he continues singing, it gets a little bit more voice in it. For me, falsetto is if it just sounds kind of breathy, because people who are not singers use the term still, and that seems to be how they use the term mostly, as something that's high, breathy. Something that I, as a voice teacher, use the term for is if you don't have any real support, it usually will go into falsetto. Sa, 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 versus sa. Having a little bit of that support.
서 있는 날 생각해 봤니 혼자 있는 밤이면 네가 잠이 들던 자리에 슬피 우는.
Yeah, he's just living on that bridge and handling it super well, spending most of the time at the G. But he has a little bit more hold on than what I just demonstrated.
나의 눈물로 모두 젖어들 거야.
His vowels are all centered around the same sort of quality, so even though he goes back and forth between a bunch of different vowels so that he can say words, it all sounds like the same instrument. And going to that ah, especially, it's not like a huge difference, or anything. And going to ah is usually the hardest one to kind of get more centered with the rest of someone's vowels.
모두가 말했었어 둘이 잘 어울린다고.
I think some of the breathiness that I'm hearing is mostly from reverb. Da, 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 da. It might have a little bit of this, but I don't think so. I think that he's probably a little bit more ba, 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 ba. And we're just getting that sound from processing. Could be wrong.
그럴 때 넌 내 품에 기대 되어 왔어 이젠 눈을 감으면 꿈속에서 널 만나 긴 밤을 지내다 널 아침이 되면
Yeah, there's something about that note. I think that's that E flat again that's just so pretty. I love how he sounds on that note.
난 잠에서 깨어 다시 보내고 난 후 아파 눈물 흘리겠지 비가 오는 거리에 혼자 버려진 채로 서 있는 날 생각해 봤니 혼자 있는 밤이면
And then the way that he sings the rest of the chorus is very, it's like he uses that E flat that I said that I loved so much to set up for the rest of it. Da, 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 yeah. There's something that sounds just so similar to how he did the E flat as he starts going into the higher notes. He's got a super consistent voice, super consistent, and I love that he's letting it be his own quality. It doesn't seem like he's trying to make it really beefy or try to make it really light. It just sounds very authentic to him.
네가 잠이 들던 자리에 슬피 우는
Everything just looks so easy. It looks like he's putting no effort into anything, but it sounds like really full.
나의 눈물로 모두 젖어들 거야
The time we heard a little bit of distortion, yeah, but just a teeny bit of it, not nearly as much as what I just did. But what I've been finding recently is using that distortion has helped me find a healthier, clean sound. So if you can get a really good scream or a like yeah, and then kind of back into the clean yeah. Anyway, it works for me sometimes. Good piano player, really beautiful dynamics. I'm not an expert pianist, obviously, but I like good music, and the way that he's playing makes me feel things.
비가 오는 거리에
Interesting on that one, he used almost like a sh for the onset. It's an A. Sh instead of you. So that's interesting, but he still had some pressure under that sh so that it was able to come in and sound really, really full. If we were using just a neutral onset for a breathy one, for a glottal, for kind of a neutral, and his is more of a so the SH kind of functions like the H that a lot of people use with their neutral onsets, because a neutral onset is usually not like exactly starting your vocal cords buzzing and your air at the same time. Usually to get that neutral, you have to have the air move just a little bit before, but you can still kind of pressurize the air before it starts moving. Versus a glottal, like if your vocal cords are together, which is the most efficient way, that's starting the vocal cords first with the shoo.
혼자 버려진 채로 서 있는 날 생각해 봤니 혼자 있는 밤이면 네가 잠이 들던 자리에 슬피 우는 나의 눈물로
That was maybe the yelliest he sounded. That and just by opening his mouth a little bit more, we get the yellier quality without really switching out of the beautiful mix that he's singing in.
모두 젖어들 거야.
That was honestly the most impressive thing I think I've heard him sing in this whole thing, like other than that E flat, was how he was singing so well up at the top and then he blended down The way that he blended down into his lower voice, I think was really virtuosic. The very last chord in that doesn't feel super satisfying to me. It feels like it wants to resolve, but maybe that's a thing they did on purpose. So I just messed around with it on piano a little bit, and I'm not great at this kind of stuff, but what I think is happening is they ended on the F, on just a regular F chord, and then they go down a major second and play an E flat major chord, which doesn't naturally occur in the key of F. But it feels like it wants to resolve back to the F to me. And having it end on that chord that just isn't totally resolved oftentimes will make people need to listen to a thing again and again and again. You don't get that sense of closure. So if you're better at music theory than I am, let me know if I got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure they went from the major 1 to major flat 7 and then back to a major 1, which is, or not back to the major 1, that's exactly what I said. They didn't go back to the major 1 at the end, which gives, it's just an unusual cadence at the very end. Interesting. I love his voice. I love his voice. It's so pretty. I would love to see him sing like anything, but some Sam Smith would be really cool. I would like to see how he covers those songs. But man, that guy could sing the phone book. Every once in a while, there's one of those voices that just really sounds so pristine. He's got it. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in signing up for a voice lesson with me, Sam Johnson, the voice teacher, go to vocalease.net and sign up. Thank you.